When entering the playing arena, only do so at the entrances. Do not jump over or crawl under the pipe and drape. If you are in need of a scooter to enter the arena, use the scooters to get to the player seating, and then have someone park in the designated area. The aisles must be clear at all times per Las Vegas Fire Code. Be sure to turn off your cell phones while in the tournament room unless you have a silent or a vibrate mode. Cell phone and smartwatch use is prohibited while a player is taking their turn at the table. You are not permitted to wear headphones of any type during tournament play. This includes earbuds, headphones, headsets, Bluetooth devices, etc. Hearing aids and non-electronic earplugs are allowed. This is a modified single elimination event, which means you get 2 opportunities to play, not necessarily 2 opportunities to lose. If you think you're out of the tournament, verify on the bracket that your opponent has advanced as the winner and there is no longer a place for you to advance. Forfeit time is 15 minutes. However, you do not have to wait 15 minutes to let the referee know that your opponent has not shown up for the match. Even though your forfeit time is 15 minutes, every effort is made to try to locate them. The tournament director determines when a match is officially forfeited. CompuSport will be used to display electronic brackets and table assignments. You can download CompuSport from your app store. This app will send you notifications for when and where your next match is to be played, as well as your friends and family can follow your progress from home. The table assignments will be released approximately 15 minutes prior to the start of each round. It's up to the players participating in each match to verify the ID of their opponent prior to the match starting. If a player doesn't have their ID at that time, the match is forfeited. To illustrate how important this identification process is, entire teams have been disqualified and suspended from the league due to players impersonating other players in past events. Although they were the ones who cheated, the other team allowed it to happen by not checking their identification. Don't touch the cue ball at the end of the game until it's stopped rolling completely. This may result in a foul. However, common sense must prevail. Referees are available at all times. If a shot is close, stop the match and call the referee to watch the shot. Referees cannot rule on a shot that they were not asked to watch. Referees are APA members who have volunteered for this duty. Please treat them with courtesy and respect. Please review the dress code in the event program and make sure you and/or your team is in proper attire. Look at your opponent's attire prior to the start of the match and let a referee know if you have concerns. Dress code violations will not be called during a match. Dress code for semifinal and finals matches is business casual. Jeans and hats will not be allowed in the championship arena. Your social security number will be needed at cash payout for anyone who receives any additional prize winning, including all cash and merchandise totaling at least $600. The APA is required by federal law to report any tournament awards totaling $600 or more in cash prizes, merchandise at retail value, and travel assistance. If you do not have your social security number at payout, you will not be able to receive your winnings that day. If you are unable to provide the number before the tournament concludes, you must provide it to us before your winnings will be shipped. We have official protest forms at the control table. The fee to submit a protest form is $50. All matches are reviewed by our Handicap Review Committee, whether a protest is submitted or not. Nevada state law prohibits smoking anywhere except the designated areas. Holding up matches to take smoke breaks will not be tolerated. The use of electronic cigarettes and/or vaporizers is not allowed in the tournament rooms. Pool tables will be open for tournament play. Change machines are located around the room for practice when the tables are closed. Practice is not allowed on open tables between rounds. You may practice by playing in the mini tournaments or on the designated practice tables.
The ladies and gentlemen you'll see wearing bright green shirts are official observers. Some observers may also be incognito during the tournament. In some cases, you'll be aware of when you're being observed. In other cases, you won't. If there is a W on the score sheet on the left side of a player's skill level, it means that player has been marked with a watch. A player may be marked with a watch for various reasons. Random selection, the player may have a low number of scores, the league operator may be unsure of a player's ability, or it could be other general concerns. A W may appear next to a player's skill level at any time during the event. It's your responsibility to request with the referee for an official observer to be called before a player with a W plays. Notify the referee as soon as possible. Once the referee calls for an observer, they must initial the score sheet before the match begins. If a player with a W plays without requesting an observer, that player may be one skill level higher for the next round. The observer is looking at the ability of the players. Don't assume if an observed player loses, his or her skill level won't go up. The observers are off limits for conversation. They are there to observe matches they're being asked to watch. Do not ask an observer to watch a player or make rulings. Call for a referee. As long as you are playing honest, there's no reason to be uncomfortable with the presence of an observer. They are here to protect you. Our Handicap Review Committee reviews all teams between each round, and the observers report to them after each match they observe. It's your responsibility as team captain to make sure all the players on your team are playing at the skill level that reflects their true ability. Your last opportunity to have any of your players recertify themselves will be before the first round of play. We realize most players practice more than normal before they come to this event. Some players may not drink as much, and playing conditions are likely better than what they're used to. Don't get disqualified due to any of these reasons. If you're playing locally at a higher skill level, it's your responsibility to ensure you're playing at that higher skill level here. Score sheets will be delivered to your table by a referee. Both teams are required to keep score. To avoid errors, be sure you complete the score sheet by filling in all matches won and totaling everything. Mark all innings and defensive shots. If it's determined that players are not marking defensive shots, the Handicap Review Committee may raise skill levels. The referee will be watching for defensive shots to be marked. If they see a defensive shot that is not marked, they will mark it on your score sheet with a red pen. The observers will be watching for this as well. In 8-ball, please make sure you mark early 8s E8, 8-ball scratch 8S, 8 wrong pocket 8WP, 8 on the break, 8 OB, and break and runs BR on the score sheet. In 9-ball, mark 9 on the snap, 9 OS, and break and runs BR. Patches for break and runs, 8 on the break, and 9 on the snap will be rewarded when the score sheet has been turned in. Just come to the control table with the score sheet whether you won or lost the match. The winning team is responsible for making sure the control table receives both teams' score sheets. Any team caught fraudulently keeping score or altering the score sheet in any manner will be subject to disqualification. Team captains should ensure at the beginning of each match that all players on your team have their picture ID. Help keep this tournament on schedule. Keep the matches moving, pick your next player quickly, and limit your coaching time. In 8-ball, sudden death will be implemented 3 hours 45 minutes into a match. Each team must be in the 5th individual match by the 3-hour 45-minute mark, or all subsequent individual matches will begin with a rack worth 2 team points. If that 2-point rack mathematically wins the team match will be over. If it does not win the team match, a second rack worth 1 team point will conclude that individual match. This procedure will continue in each subsequent individual match until a team mathematically wins or the overall match finishes in a tie, 1 2-point rack followed by 1-point rack if necessary. Tiebreakers will be decided by the team that won the most individual matches. Note, during sudden death, the individual match winner will be the player who wins the 2-point rack. In 9-ball, sudden death is implemented at the 3-hour mark, and all subsequent matches will have double point value placed on each ball.